It's game time.
First half of the 2020 season is quickly coming to a close. Today, Pensacola Christian College wraps up their home schedule with a matchup against the Point University Skyhawks. The Eagles sitting at 0-6, 0-5 make that. Will look to avenge an early season loss when they take on the Point Skyhawks, who enter the contest at 6-3 on the season, but riding a 2-game losing streak. Hello, I'm Noah Frary, and welcome to the latest edition of Eagles basketball streaming. Alongside former Eagle Ian Johnson here, we're looking forward to a great broadcast, late afternoon, early evening. Ian, looking real good today.
Teeing up really well, I guess.
Ian, Eagles playing the Skyhawks. They lost earlier this season by 22, losing a lot of scoring. Noah Rawlings not going to play today. How do you recover from missing nearly 40% of your scoring output on the season against a talented scoring offense?
You know, it's games like this where your bench is going to have to step up. Whoever's next will have to put up those shots, and this is what practice is for. You grind, and now you get the opportunity to show out. And so I guess whoever's on the bench, whoever's next, has to step up. And I think the key to this game is definitely going to just be defense.
We're going to give you an opportunity now to meet your Eagles, and we'll be back with a couple minutes to go before the start of this game to break down further what to expect in this one. And we're back inside the nest as the Eagles continue to warm up in anticipation for their matchup today. Ian, we talked just a few moments ago about missing some scores. Mike Disher, Noah Rawlings, Caleb Holmes in this one. You mentioned needing to see guys step up. Who in your mind are those guys that really need to step up in this contest?
Two guys that comes to mind right away would definitely be A.J. Ward. You know, during the summer, he was really putting in a lot of work in the field house. I played with him a lot, and he looked really, really well. I just think he just needs to get a little bit more comfortable with Coach Getch's way of playing. Another player I want to see step up tonight would be Anthony. Anthony is really good. He just I guess, doubts himself a little bit. I talked to him a little bit, not before the game, but a little bit last week, and I told him, just take your time, be patient, let the game come to you, don't force it. So those are two players I'm looking forward to step up tonight.
I'm sure those must have been some great rebounding battles in the field house. Maybe some haymakers getting thrown, some elbows. I'm sure you guys were really going at it.
Yeah, we had to go at it. I had to show them what I used to do back in the day.
I mean, we all remember, I always joke about the number of rebounds that you used to pick up, and half of them were off your own misses, but, it's our reoccurring joke. You look at the Skyhawks today, they beat the Eagles by 22, that first game of the year for the Eagles, the second game of the year for the Skyhawks. In that game, Lorenzo Freeman went off for 27 against the Eagles to lead all scores. If you're the Eagles, how are you looking to slow down the talented senior guard for the Skyhawks?
I didn't do too much scouting before the game, but if they're not a really good shooting team, I'd recommend Coach probably try a zone and see how that works, to clog the lane a little bit, and just take some pride in the defensive end, and that should do the job.
You mentioned the three-point shooting, just shooting 34% from behind the three-point arc. But for the Eagles, I think a big talking point today, the rebounding battle. And I mentioned over the last couple of years, you were so used to guys like you, Dakota Pratt inside, that you could just grab a rebound when you need it. But so far, the Eagles struggling a little bit, trailing opponents by almost 9 rebounds a game, and even more on the offensive side. How do they clean that up so that there's not second-chance opportunities for the Skyhawks in this one?
I think everyone's going to have to crash with at least 4 out of the 5 guys, and I think Coach should probably try some double down, double from the top, double from the backside, so there's 2 guys that's closer to the rim in order to rebound the ball.
The other thing to mention in that game against the Skyhawks, Ian, 30 turnovers for the Eagles, a season high. You've played a couple games now. You'd expect some rust early on, but needing to take care of the ball. Our friend Chance, he's jumping in the camera shot for this one, but needing to take care of the basketball, and really that all starts with Christian Porter up top.
Yeah, Christian Porter is a really good ball handler, but he's just going to need some help tonight. John Clay is out, Noah's out as well, so CP will definitely need some help tonight. We just need to take care of the ball. Like you said, turnovers has always been a problem for the Eagles, so we just need to take care of the ball better.
And there you have it. Both teams continuing to warm up. We're going to throw it back to the court now. We'll have starting lineups, prayer, and national anthem coming up next, and we'll be back right before the tip-off here in the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena.
Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the PCC Eagles and Point University. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, please stand for prayer. Father, thank you for the game of basketball, and we ask that you keep these athletes safe on and off the court and help the officials as they make calls. We pray this in your son's name, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Point University, number 1, Corey Brown. Number 2, Jake Smith Jr. Number 5, Rayshawn Dotson. Number 15, Ray Reeves. Number 23, Tommy Carter. Point University is led by Coach Jake Deere. And now, your Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Starting tonight for the Eagles, a junior from Stark, Florida, number 2, Christian Porter. A senior from Mexico, number 3, Brian Ugolde. A sophomore from Pace, Florida, number 5, Austin Lewis. A sophomore from Pensacola, Florida, number 34, A.J. Ward. A junior from Malvern, Arkansas, number 40, Anthony Horton. The Eagles are led by Coach Mark Getch with assistant coach Marlon Gardner. Officiating for tonight's game are Stephen Newhouse, Ron Pelletier, and Nathan Starr.
And there you have it, the starting lineups for both teams in this one. For the visiting Skyhawks, Corey Brown wearing number 1, Jake Smith wearing number 2, Rayshawn Dotson wearing number 5, Ray Reeves in number 15, Tommy Carter rounding out the starting 5 for head coach Jake Deere and wearing number 23. And for your Pensacola Christian College Eagles, it's number 2, Christian Porter, number 3, Brian Ugolde, number 5, Austin Lewis, number 34, A.J. Ward, and the big man himself, Anthony Horton, wearing number 40, and rounding out the starting 5 for the Eagles and head coach Mark Getch. It's Bowen and Horton to jump it, and the Skyhawks get it first. We're underway here in Pensacola, Florida, as the Skyhawks quickly get it into the front court. Smith with the basketball, working on Ugolde, and has it taken away. Lewis got his hands in there.
And that's the type of defense we're going to need to see tonight if we're going to come up with the victory.
Porter going to do the duties as point guard, gives it to Lewis in the corner. Eagles continuing to work it around here early, looking for an opening. Ugolde with the shot clock under 10. Got inside, gave it to Horton. Now has it stripped out of bounds.
You know, although that was a turnover, I really like how the Eagles really swung the ball just now. It didn't look like they were trying to rush it too much. I really like that just now.
Bowen up top with the basketball. They're looking inside. Dotson goes to work on Ward, backs him down and gets the easy finish inside. Skyhawks first on the board here, 2-0 as we tick under 19 to go. Kickball right there as Ward was looking for Ugolde. A good cut there though by Ugolde, the senior, trying to get in and create an opportunity in the lane, Ian.
That was a good cut, but on A.J. Ward part, you gotta add a little more finesse to the pass. You can't look at it. He telegraphed it, so he knew where it was going to be, so he kicked it. Good ball movement to start the game, though, like I must say.
Porter inbounds the basketball to Ward. They're trying to get it back to him. Now Ward drives baseline. Kick out, Ugolde for 3. That one just off the mark. And Dotson came down with the rebound. They swing it around. Reeves back inside. And Bowen, he went up hard for it. He gets fouled. First foul there on Anthony Horton. And that'll put Corey Bowen at the free throw line on the season, an 85% free throw shooter. Bowen hits the first. And the Skyhawks lead jumps to 3. Ian, awfully quiet in here without having our students around.
Yeah, it's real quiet. And the fans do play a real big part of true game atmosphere for the Eagles. So hopefully they can give themselves some self-motivation and pull through the drought.
You know, we've grown so accustomed to having so many fans in here, Ian, but I'm sure you could tell me there's been games that you've played on the road with far fewer fans than we even have in here. When you're in an environment like that, Ian, how do you kind of build momentum? Because ultimately you know that the fans can create some of that momentum with the excitement that they bring into the arena.
You know, for me and some of the guys like Jared McCrillis, who I played with, we always joked about it before the game. Majority of our motivation came from within. And we actually took what the crowd was cheering for the other team and actually looked for it as motivation as well. So, in a sense, I guess we did have fans.
Reeves dished it off to Bowen, tossed inside to Dotson, and he's going to be fouled. That foul on A.J. Ward, his first, the second on the Eagles, and that'll put Dotson at the free throw line. Career high 4 points for Dotson, and he's threatening that very early on in this game. Dotson had the early layup, now at the free throw line after the Ward foul. Gets the first one to go. And the Skyhawks lead 5-0. Eagles have had some good ball movement early on, Ian, but just haven't been able to find a great scoring opportunity yet.
Yeah, like I said, great ball movement. Sometimes we just can't seem to find the open guy right away. So that takes away the open shot, and then we have to drive, or it's either a turnover right at the end.
Porter driving on Smith. He goes down, ball out of bounds. Turnover on the Eagles as Porter was looking to push that one up quickly. And we've seen a couple early turnovers already. We talked about the first game, 30 turnovers for the Eagles. A bit sloppy here early on with a couple early turnovers.
Yeah, I think a key to fix that for us right now is to just try to pass the ball without too much dribbling. And
Smith.
there you probably want to see him come down with the ball instead of tipping it out like that.
Bowen Reeves, here's Smith from the corner. That one off the side iron. And Porter came down with the rebound. Eagles in a hurry, but the shot clock never reset. Official stopping play, asking them to put it to 25. 6-0 here, 17-14 to go here in half number one. Eagles have had a couple opportunities, but so far haven't been able to find the bottom of the basket. Ward drives, gets inside, threw it up.
I honestly think that's a mismatch all night. He cannot guard AJ off the drive. AJ's really, really fast once he turns the corner and just goes. He just has to learn a jump stop, because that could have easily been a charge as well.
A little bit of confusion here inside the arena. I looked up on the scoreboard and they had the foul called on 34. He was the one at the free throw line. Foul actually going to be on number 5, Rayshon Dotson. That put Ward at the free throw line. He missed the first, misses the second, and the scoring drought continues as Bowen came down with the rebound. Lorenzo Freeman came in at the last timeout alongside Willie Lucas. Freeman, we mentioned in the pregame, 27 points against the Eagles earlier on this season. And now Lucas gets going. It's 9-0 as Lucas hits the long three-pointer. Lewis walks. The Eagles looking out of sorts, and there's the timeout call. Ian, a good timeout early by head coach Mark Getch.
Yeah, and I was kind of wondering when he's going to call a timeout, because they're starting to rush a little bit now.
9-0 Eagles as we head to the timeout. 16:36 to go here in half number one. Back here inside the nest, it's 9-0 as we come out of the timeout. Smith bringing it across midcourt. Lucas, who just hit that three-pointer, guarded by Ward. Now the ball inside, back corner, here's Reeves. That one long, team rebound right there as Ward ultimately came down with it. Good box outs there by the Eagles. Ian, we were just conjecturing in between that timeout who's going to shoot the ball for the Eagles. Here's Lewis now, that one from way downtown.
You want the open shot to be taken. I was like, he can knock that down though.
Here's Reeves quickly ahead of the pack, has it stripped. Lewis and Shotomu on the run.
Nice pass.
Inside, great pass by Lewis. Horton got it to go. Let's look at that one again as we head into the timeout. You see the pass there by Lewis.
Nice patience, nice pass, nice finish.
Found an open Horton, and Horton knew just what to do with it. Timeout here on the court as head coach Jake Deere didn't like what he saw on that possession. We're going to take a break as well. Back here inside the nest, 2 timeouts in the last minute. Ian, head coach Jake Deere knew exactly what he wanted to say there. Quick timeout, got the message across, and got his team back on the court. Reeves finds Smith inside, kickback, here's Lucas, and he knocks his second three-pointer down.
On that play, I don't know if you noticed, but everyone in white was just in the lane. So we're just worried about what's happening in the paint. We gotta be able to adjust the three-point shooters as well.
Shotomu finding Porter up top. He beat his man, gave it to Horton, who drives. Under 10 seconds to go, Shotomu drives, and Bowen sent that one away with authority. Ian, I'd love to see Christian Porter take one of those opportunities early in the shot clock, really becoming maybe a little bit more assertive on offense.
Yeah, we know Christian Porter, he's really well at the dribble, drive, stop, and pop game, but just not taking the shot tonight. I don't know why.
Porter gonna sit as Higdon and Eiffel checking in. Shotomu inbounding. And the Eagles.
And that's just not good court awareness, clock awareness right there. Kind of expected from a freshman though.
Freeman spinning, threw it up. Higdon came down with the rebound. Eagles fortunate to get away with a bit of a mistake there. Eiffel finds Shotomu on the wing. Shotomu not much of a shooter, more of a dribble drive guard. Here's Eiffel now, drives, draws the foul. This foul gonna go on Bowen, his first. They say it was on the floor, so the Eagles gonna have a baseline out of bounds play. Lewis inbounding. They find Ward up top, those two high school teammates back at PCA, Pensacola Christian Academy. Here's Lewis now from distance. He goes down, but that one, no foul called there, and it lands on the end line. Skyhawks basketball. We've seen Lewis hit him from out there, but the Eagles not getting the best shots possible right now early on in this contest.
Yeah, we're not taking the best shots, no open shots. It was a good drive by Caleb Phil just now. We're not driving us either.
Freeman driving on Shotomu, spins, threw it up, missed it off the iron. Higdon picked up the block right there. Eagles, despite the slow start on offense, it's only a 10-point game, Ian, in the game of basketball. You can get right back into it. Araby checking in at the last whistle. The big guy, Higdon, going to work, gives it to Araby. Drives, and I don't know who that pass was going to hit. It lands in the hands of Tommy Carter. Off the glass and good. 14-2, Carter, career high 2 points now. Eiffel running the point with Porter on the bench. Shotomu drives, had an opening, threw it up, he got fouled, and James Shodamu gonna head to the free throw line. Foul called on Willie Lucas. Lucas picking up the foul right there, Ian, but he's had a good start in this contest. Had those 2 3-pointers early on. He makes up 6 of the 14. Eagles really haven't had an answer from him behind the 3-point arc. Shodamu, just his 4th free throw of the season. He's a 44% free throw shooter. Misses the 2nd. Nyshawn Jones, who just checked in, drives it hard at Shodamu, but gave it to Freeman. Skyhawks working it around. They kick back to Lucas. He thought about the 3, now gives way. Higdon grabbing a big rebound. Ian, it's nice to have the kind of size inside that Will Higdon provides.
Yeah, I like to see them put him in the post a little bit on the offensive end, just like just now. This wasn't a good pass for him to catch, but
Coming in, number 2,
I think if he can
Christian
get set up,
Porter,
he
number
can
3,
be a
Ryan
game
Uvalde.
changer for us on the offensive end. Sorry, get my words twisted up.
Shodamu and Ward exiting, Ugalde and Porter back in. Eagles going a bit small with this lineup right now. 4 guards out there. Higdon, the lone big man. Head coach Mark Getch trying to match the small lineup of head coach Jake Deere on the other side. Here's Jones, he drives, kisses it off the glass, and he's got an early 2. I'd really, again, like to see Christian Porter step up in this lineup. Not a lot of experienced scorers out there. The freshman, though, Eiffel, he heard my words, and he hit that one.
That's
Eagles
his
needed
spot.
a basket. Eiffel, career-high 2 points
Good
now.
Good stop by Christian Porter right there.
Eagles on the run. Porter going to give it to Ugalde. He drives, got inside. Now he walks.
You know, when I played, coach would call those kind of plays a dummy dribble. You know, don't take a dribble unless you're going somewhere. And on that play, he just took a dribble just to dribble for dribbling's sake. You would probably want to see him get somewhere with the dribble.
Tommy Carter running the point for the Skyhawks. Bowen back into the contest.
Good hands right there.
They give it to Reeves. Reeves working on Ugalde. A bit of a circus shot there. And now a foul called. That foul going to go on Ugalde. His first of the contest, and that'll bring Anthony Horton back into the contest as Higdon exits. Horton had that early 2 on kind of the jailbreak type play, wide open inside, and Lewis was able to find him for the first basket of the game for the Eagles. Reeves inbounding the basketball. Reeves now pulling. That's a 2-pointer for Reeves. Reeves in his last game, 1 for 7 with 3 points in that contest. He was 1 for 6 from behind the 3-point arc. Eiffel got inside, tossed it up off the glass, but that one missing.
Good to get back.
Good hustle there by Eiffel. Sometimes you see freshmen who they miss a basket on the other end, fail to get back, but Eiffel hustled the entire length of the court and saved an open basket down here.
Might have saved himself from coming out of the game as well. Good block.
Horton, that was an easy one.
Yeah.
One of those slow motion blocks. Carter now inbounding the basketball. Nyshawn Jones running the point. He finds Reeves yet again. Reeves this time in and out. Hands everywhere for the Eagles. Somehow Bowen hanging on. And a foul call. It may be on. It's on Horton. I thought it was going to be on Ugalde there for a second.
I thought so too.
2 fouls now on Anthony Horton, and that'll certainly
Eagles, number 34,
force him out of the
AJ
contest.
Ward.
Bowen Bowen missing the first free throw. He's got 2 points in the game. He averages just a shade over 16 points a game on the season. Got off to a good start there, but missing the early free throw. The Skyhawks leading this one by 13 as we get close to 10 minutes to go here in half number 1. Bowen, all of his points today on free throws. He's 3 for 4. Porter gonna bring it across. Porter dribble drive, step back, three-pointer. Just missed, but got his own rebound. Good work there by Ugalde. Ugalde drove baseline, but dribbles it out of bounds. Point quickly coming the other way. Goaltending call to come. Jones threw it up, and Bowen got a little antsy there, Ian. A.J. Ward driving on Lucas. The Eagles going to maintain possession after the ball went off a Skyhawks hand, and with the stoppage, that'll bring Jacoby Cruz into the contest.
You know, it's good to see we're finally dribble driving, trying to score, but there's just no rotation on the offensive end. When someone drives, no one's rotating to be the open man next to shoot the ball or get an open layup. We're just passing the ball around the perimeter, not getting anywhere.
Porter finds the lefty Eiffel. He gets inside, kissed it off the glass. Good pass there by Porter and a good drive there by the freshman Eiffel.
Fired up the bench right there. Hopefully we can get some motivation and carry on over.
Back looking inside, and A.J. Ward just jumps all over Corey Bowen. He goes down. That foul gonna go on Ward, his second. Eagles bigs in some early foul trouble. Ward with 2, Horton with 2. And that'll lead to Will Higdon re-entering this contest. Eagles trailing by 12. Bowen about to go back to the free throw line. Bowen at the line, 3 for 4 today. He's an 85% free throw shooter on the season.
Coming in, number 0, James Shodamu. Number 43, Will Higdon.
Higdon back into the contest. Shodamu as well. Ian, I think the question we're still trying to answer early on today is who's going to provide the scoring for the Eagles. We mentioned guys like Noah Rawlings, Mike Disher, and others not playing in this one. Eagles really searching to find scoring. Christian Porter hasn't been able to get it going here early on, neither has Austin Lewis.
Yeah, we've seen AJ, one of the guys I mentioned earlier, try to get it going. He's getting to the rim, he's just not able to finish. Maybe you'd like to see him stop and pop since they really know that he's going to lay the ball up. But, I mean, surprisingly, Caleb Phil is filling in the shoes right now. He has 6 points, I believe, on the night. And we're down about 11 points.
Eagles down 11. Smith guarded by Shodamu. The long three-pointer there by Lucas, and he's got 9, 3 for 3 from behind the three-point arc is Willie Lucas in this contest. Here's Porter, Eagles looking to answer. Porter pulls one up himself, and the Eagles answer right back. Porter getting his first three-pointer of the contest.
Maybe that's all he needs, to see one go in, and everything else will trickle from there. Just got to get a stop right here on the defensive end. Good rotation so far.
Reeves drives inside. Porter got a hand on it. Good job there, and Shodamu came down with a rebound. It's been interesting to see. You've grown accustomed to seeing guys like John Clay do the lion's share of the scoring and allowing guys like Austin Lewis, Christian Porter to play off the ball a little bit more. This year, those guys being asked to play a little bit more of a ball general type role as Willie Lucas knocks another one down. He's 4 for 4 from behind the arc. But I think those two guys have maybe sacrificed a bit of offense for trying to control the basketball a little bit better, Ian. Eiffel gets another foul called on him. It was on Jacoby Cruz, and Eiffel, 4 fouls now on Point University. Eagles with the basketball, trailing by 14. Caleb Eiffel with 6, a career high for the freshman in this contest already, and we're just 12 minutes in. Lewis goes baseline, kicks out. Here's Arabi. That one rims in and out, but Shotomu got there. Great assertive play there by the senior Shotomu, Ian.
Yes, very good play. Kind of remind me of me back in the day.
Jake Smith with the basketball. John Williams got in deep, and Shotomu, nothing that he could do other than foul Williams right there. Foul going to go on Shotomu, his first. Williams gets his first points of the contest. Misses the second, however. Porter drives on Freeman. Good dribble drive right there. Here's Shotomu, who drives baseline, looks to kick. Arabi, the three-pointer on the way. Missed it off the side iron.
That's the rotation that we need right there. That's what we've been looking for all night. James Shotomu with the drive, got crowded. Open shot right there. We just weren't able to knock it down, but I'm short a little drop if we just keep rotating just like that.
Freeman with the basketball. We mentioned 27 for him against the Eagles in that first game of the year for the Eagles. He's been quiet so far. He looks to get it going. Tried to force that one, perhaps. Eagles with the basketball quickly into the front court. Arabi tried to find Shotomu, but had that one taken away.
Good stop right there by Lewis.
And we're going to get a timeout here on the court. Matney and Buckley going to check in when we come back. Back here inside the nest as the action gets back underway. Porter, Shotomu, Buckley. Porter drives, has that one blocked. Matney and Lewis. Smith throws it up to Freeman. He tossed it off the glass. And Lorenzo Freeman picking up his first bucket of the contest as the Skyhawks lead balloons to 15. Lewis left open. Misses it short. And I mentioned to you pregame today, that game on October 30th up in West Point, Georgia. Eagles getting outscored by 18 in the first half, but only 4 in the second. So far, the Eagles have not been able to get the offense going here in the first half of this one.
Yeah, offense has really been stagnant. I think it all just comes down to moving the ball and shooting the open shot and not forcing shorts. Good screen there. But was a good roll. He just couldn't find him on that one, but it was a good roll.
Shotomu drives, spins, threw it up, and draws the foul there. Eagles have had some success, Ian, when they have drove the basketball. They've gotten some fouls called early on in this contest and have put themselves in an opportunity to get some points at the free throw line.
Yeah, we just have to knock him down, and I really like that I see guys like James Shotomu really trying to score now, because he's not really the guy that wants to try and score. He just wants to play defense and pass the ball, rebound, and that's what we need. He realizes as a senior we need scoring, and so that's what he's trying to do right now, and he's doing a good job at it, getting to the rim, getting fouls, and knocking down some free throws.
Shotomu hit the first, missed the second. Ball quickly up, Jentrell Taylor with it, and he's fouled on the entry pass. That foul gonna go on number 20, Jackson Matney. He played just a minute back on November 19th against Loyola. The Eagles missing a couple players in this one. Ian, he gets an opportunity here to play a little bit larger role in the rotation.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what he's going to do. From my knowledge, I know he's a good shooter. He just has to get a wide open shot. So I'm really looking forward to see what he's going to do tonight.
Both free throws missed by Taylor. He's 50-50 on the season. Just a shade over, about 56% from the free throw line. Eagles spin it, here's Buckley. Shotomu been very assertive in this contest. He looks inside for Buckley, but Dotson was sniffing that one out. Here's Freeman now. Missed the first, got the second. Ian, that's a play that you used to make right there. You
Yeah.
miss the first, grab the offensive rebound, pad your stats, take a dribble, and finish the layup right there.
Got to get all you can get.
Timeout on the court, a full timeout for head coach
order
Mark
to
Getch.
promote
We'll
a
take a
safe
break.
game day
Eagles
environment, seating
trailing
is
by
available on a
18
first-come
here with
basis.
4:51 to go in half number one.
Spectators should wear a face mask when seated next to others, and anywhere social distancing is not possible. We appreciate you following these guidelines to help protect yourself, others, and our community. .15 Skyhawks as we come back here in half number one. We're under 5 minutes to go. Ian, so far the story, the Eagles offense has not been able to get too many opportunities, and when they haven't been able to knock them down so far in this one.
Yeah, the offense is clearly not there. Like I mentioned, everyone's just trying to drive. There's no real good rotation right now. But on the defensive end, the Seahawks are just they're just scoring way too easy right now.
Eiffel back into the contest. He's got 6. Lewis creates an opening and gets 2 right there. Austin Lewis picking up his first points of the contest. Freeman had 6, got ahead of himself right there. It got tipped and Ward got it. Eagles down by 16 here. Eiffel with the basketball, he's a lefty. The Eagles clear it out at the top. Eiffel flanked by Jentrell Taylor. Eiffel driving, pulls up. The freshman was perhaps feeling it, but misses that shot off the side iron. Reeves gave it to Dotson. Freeman left open, and he misses that one. Lewis down with the rebound. Eiffel threw that one up high off the glass. Let's look at that one again.
Yeah, he definitely added some sauce to that one.
Put a little bit of English on that layup right
Good
there.
hesitation right there. Spin and under the net.
Great play there by Caleb Eiffel, the freshman, with 8 points here in this one. Another timeout as we continue to trade timeouts. Eagles trail this one by 16 with 3:23 to go here in half number 1. Ward inbounds the basketball. The timeout there by the Eagles. It's 35-19 as we get close to 3 minutes to go here in half number 1. The freshman Caleb Eiffel with 8 to lead all Eagles. Willie Lucas with 12 for the visitors. Here's Ward working inside. His left-handed layup over Gentral didn't go. Jake Smith with the basketball. Ugaldi got his hands on it nearly. The jump ball. Theopolis Williams got the and one. He's going to head to the free throw line after picking up the 2-point basket right there.
Coming in number 2, Christian
You know,
Porter.
players like that, I'd like to see Will use less of his hands and more of his body.
Williams at the free throw line, misses it. He's 0 for 3 today from the line. Porter with the basketball. Eiffel drove inside again, but had that one stripped. Eagles try to tie it up. But here come the Skyhawks yet again. Taylor inside, has it taken away. Eagles on the run. Porter and Ward. Porter fouled as he goes up with it. Good job there by Christian Porter. Some assertiveness there, Ian. I think that's a word the Eagles could really use here. Porter drives inside there, creates the foul, and heads to the free throw line.
Yeah, it was a good drive right there. I wish he'd finish it, but more, I wish he had better, court vision. He had another player in the back of him. Could have easily just jumped up, passed it up, and it would have been an easy 2 instead of the hard one from the line. But let's just hope he get the 2.
Horton re-enters, 2 fouls on him. He's got to be careful here in the last 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Porter now 2 for 2 from the free throw line as he's got 5 in the contest. Eagles, those continue to trail this one by 16. They really need to start stringing some good defensive possessions together at this point, Ian.
Yeah. You know, something I might mention at halftime to Coach, you know, something he did with us, he would challenge us to get 3 stops in a row. I'm not sure if he still does that, but I think that would be a good motivator for the guys to get some stops on defensive end.
Foul called on Higdon there on the hand check, and with the Eagles in the bonus.
In for Eagles number 5, Austin Lewis.
That'll put Williams at the free throw line. He's got 2 points in the contest so far. Hits the first, the front end of the 1-and-1. Bowen, who had those early points, now coming back in as Gentrell Taylor exits. Williams going 2 for 2 from the free throw line right there, and the lead jumps to 18. Eagles needing to find some offense here late in the quarter to help cut into this Skyhawks advantage. Eiffel, who's already got 8 in the contest. The freshman from Kennesaw, Georgia. Here's Horton, the pull-up jumper, that one missing short.
Good defensive tip by Brian Ugande right now, just now.
Ugalde right there. He's always been one of those guys who's known for active hands. Last year more of a defensive-only player. This year he's brought a little bit more offense assertiveness in that guard role. But a very good on-ball defender. The other day against Loyola, though, hands got a little too active. 4 fouls called on him.
Yeah, he's a very good on-ball, active, handy kind of person.
And that can lead to foul calls.
Yeah.
Here's Williams inside, missed that one. Bowen strips the pass.
It was a good call right there. Good call. You hit him with the forearm, pushed him off a little bit. I noticed coach switched to a 2-3. Seems to be working on the first try. Let's see if it works for the rest of the night.
Bowen now with 2 fouls on him. Lewis brings the basketball across. Hands it off to Eiffel. Horton with the turnover right there. You could hear head coach Mark Getch really trying to get Horton to swing it over there to the wing, create some ball movement out there on the court.
Yeah, and it looked like he wanted to pass. It's just the person that he wanted to pass to just had a defender on him. He tried to get it back, but it ended up being over and under.
Brandon Bonner into the game for the first time. He had 3 minutes in his lone appearance of the season back against Pensacola. Now here's a three-pointer by Saigon Kit. Kit, he hadn't played this season, hits his first three-point attempt of the year. Here's Eiffel left open. 4-11, Caleb Eiffel, the freshman, have yourself a day.
Yeah, he's really stepped up tonight, and I'm loving it.
We see that one again. Ugalde slithered in. He gave it to the lefty, Eiffel, the sharpshooter, and he knocks it down. 11 for the freshman. Smith working hard on Horton, got the offensive rebound and got the finish. I can't say enough about Caleb Eiffel in this game. Eagles have been desperately searching for some offense, and Caleb Eiffel with 11 has created those opportunities. Lewis inside, count it! On the shot, Austin Lewis gonna head to the free throw line after he got 2 the hard way. Foul goes on Bonner, his first. Lewis got that 2-pointer. Bonner entering the scorebook for the first time in his career as a Skyhawk with that foul right there. 44-26, 6.2 seconds left here in half number 1. Lewis completes the 3-point play. Smith quickly pushing. Here's Bonner now, blocked by Ugalde, and that's how the first half is going to end. Ian, a tough first half for the Eagles. The offense wasn't there, really grinding throughout the contest.
Yeah, but the last 3 minutes, I really have to give it to them. They really step up on that one, and they really showed out. If we can put a half together like that last 3 minutes, I really believe that we can make a comeback and actually win the game.
Eagles with some bright spots in the first half. Let's look at a couple good plays there from the first half. We see right here, Lewis driving baseline. He threw that one up off the glass. That was the and one at the end. Great play there by Lewis. Now we see another play. A little technical difficulty, but here's Lewis again. That was early on in the game, first basket.
Yeah, this is actually my favorite play here. You see the patience by the sophomore, and he found Anthony Horton, and Anthony was just able to finish on that play right there. I really love the patience right there.
They got it inside. You've seen that one a couple times. Eagles so far in this one haven't been able to find many of those open opportunities. Here's Eiffel. This time he stepped back. He's got 11 in the contest. Those were 2 of the more difficult ones.
That's actually his shot. He can really hit those. There's some sauce on the layup right there. Here's
Eiffel really doing all the work for the Eagles here in half number 1. Here's Porter. That was the first 3-pointer that he hit. And here's Eiffel, another drive. Eagles, that one probably one of the better ones
That
of
was-
the contest. Ian, Eagles trail by 17. We're at halftime here in Pensacola. We're going to take a break. We'll be back to continue to break down what you saw here in half number 1.
What makes you smile? Time with people you love. Making a difference at your work or ministry. Fun memories and the little things that make your day. Going to graduate school can mean giving up those things, but it doesn't have to. With an online master's degree from Pensacola Christian College, you can reach your goals and still be there for family, work, and ministry. Of course, earning a graduate degree comes with challenges, like money and time. But with online learning, you can get a degree that's made for your schedule and budget. One that only costs a little over $10,000, with a flexible payment option too. And with online learning, you can learn anytime, anywhere, with classes that fit your schedule. Take the next step by choosing one of several master's degree programs: business administration, educational leadership, ministry, Bible exposition, and others. At Pensacola Christian College, you'll get a biblical perspective and insight from caring professionals and ministry leaders. So when you graduate, you won't have just a diploma. You'll have confidence to go further in your ministry or career, and you'll still have those memories that make you smile. It's graduate school built for real life. Graduate school built for you.
My name is Ben Randolph. I'm a certified registered nurse anesthetist, and I'm an alumnus from PCC. I provide anesthesia for a variety of surgical procedures throughout the day, mainly in the operating room. So anything from orthopedic surgery all the way to neurosurgery and anything in between. I love anesthesia. It's a challenging field, but it's something that I really, really enjoy. When you're dealing with people's lives, there are times when it gets nerve-wracking, but you kind of have to revert to your training. The level of instruction that I got at PCC was really unrivaled. Personally, I felt very prepared to go into whatever type of nursing that I chose. So getting out of college, going straight into a critical care unit, I felt very well prepared in that regard, and I think that was a real testament to the nursing program in particular, and as well as the instructors. And I think all of my instructors really had high standards for the students. It wasn't a program where you could just skate through. It was a program that challenged me personally. Of course, their nursing program it's a nationally ranked program. I was able to get into anesthesia school within a year, which was fairly rare to get into anesthesia school with just a year of critical care training. I thought that was a good testament to the college and to my training at Pensacola, because I felt like I was so prepared to go into that critical care environment that I was, very comfortable, and I was able to demonstrate those skills in a high level setting. And I wanted a college also that you can go there in a great environment to grow spiritually and a great environment to learn. So I chose PCC for that reason.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to influence your world for Christ? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
Working as a physical therapist, it is a ministry all its own to just build a relationship with the people. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, is I want to help people get better.
I want to go to law school, get into a cybersecurity program. That way I can incorporate both programming and law, protecting companies from cybercrime.
I love being around people, and I love learning about people. I knew that with nursing, it wasn't just about helping people physically, like it was helping them spiritually too. That's what's important in life.
As I began to pray more, God, I have a huge decision to make. Where am I going to go to school? I only have one life. What do you want me to do with it? And he began to show me that what I enjoy doing can be used for His honor and for His glory. God led me to Pensacola Christian College to pursue my passion for finance through a biblical perspective.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but I know I need to go for nursing. So I'm gonna go and I'll have to study really hard, and I just didn't really look forward to it. But now, like on my 3rd year, learning is so much fun, and I didn't feel like that freshman year.
I'll look back and I'll be like, man, I remember I used to struggle with that. And then maybe a freshman looks at what I'm doing and they're like, what are you even looking at? I'm like, this is easy stuff.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Last summer, I did an internship in Germany in a genetics lab, and I was able to use the techniques and tools I had learned in the labs here over there, and it made so much more sense because I already knew what I was doing and why I was doing it.
I think teaching is communicating facts, but I think the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
My teaching isn't about me, it's about where God is taking each individual student down the road.
We have great faculty, and they honestly inspire me. Seeing all of these faculty members who have doctorates, you can definitely see what they've learned reflected through what they teach.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. I've had teachers other places, and they'll say that, but if you go up to them, they don't really want to give you the time or try to respond. And here, it's just totally different. You can just have a really good teacher-student relationship.
The faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. That philosophy will always work.
Sometimes they'll ask us, what verse do you think would apply to this? How a verse would relate to a situation.
Biblical worldview is seeing all of my life through what God has shown us in Scripture.
And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC in the first place, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
If my goal is to be in the will of God, it helps so much to know that my teacher has that same goal.
Everything that I see here is Christ-centered. Their main purpose is, we want you to see more of Jesus Christ. That is what I see in PCC.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ. I hope that I can just have a little part of molding and shaping them like the Lord Jesus Christ.
They want students to come out of PCC and to make an influence and an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
As president of PCC, I want you to know that we're committed to providing an excellent liberal arts education that's built upon the foundation and truths of God's Word. We won't compromise on biblical principles, and our purpose is to equip you for whatever it is God's called you to do. Make the most of this opportunity in life, and choose the college that best prepares you for that calling. PCC has so much to offer. We're located just minutes from the beautiful sugar white sands and emerald waters of Pensacola Beach. We're known for providing the best education value among accredited Christian colleges. And we have great facilities and activities that'll provide memorable experience to your college life. So as you think to the future and think about choosing a college, don't just choose a college because of its location, near home or by the beach. Don't just choose a Christian college because it's affordable like PCC is. And don't just choose a college because your friends go there and it looks like a fun place to attend. Choose a Christian college because God's called you there. Because that place will empower you to influence the world for Christ in whatever God's called you to do.
You have a calling. What are you going to do to achieve it? At Pensacola Christian College, you can pursue that calling through 59 programs of study and graduate with confidence in your education. Earn your accredited degree under seasoned faculty who will strengthen your training with biblical principles. Academic advancement, spiritual growth, and personal development all empower you to reach others for Christ in your chosen field. Pursue your calling at Pensacola Christian College and be empowered to influence your world for Christ.
And we're back here inside the nest. Eagles trail this one by 17. We're at the half. About 3 minutes to go before we tip off the second half. Ian, not much offense there from the Eagles, and they find themselves trailing here as we head into half number 2.
Yeah, there's not much offense, and it's kind of been the story for the whole game. I actually got an opportunity to go into the locker room and hear Coach talk a little bit, and I heard him, he's just challenging the guys to play to their strengths. So he said everyone's just doing the same thing right now. Everyone's trying to dribble drive. But if you're a shooter, then try not to dribble drive if you don't have to. If you're a shooter, look for the next shot or try to reverse the ball. If you're a dribble drive person, then try to get to the rim and look for the next. If you can't get to the bucket and score, then try to look for the shooter. And that's what he's challenged the guys to do.
In that first half, it was all Caleb Eifel, and he did all sorts of things. He shot the three-pointer. You saw him drive baseline. You saw him with that pull-up jumper over there in that right-hand corner. He did a good job in that first half, career-high 11 points in the first half.
Yeah, he's having a pretty good game right now, and like you said, he did a little bit of everything. And we do have guys on the team such as Caleb, James, and AJ Ward that can really do both. They're really versatile, and he can dribble drive and kind of shoot the ball as well.
Lorenzo Freeman for the Skyhawks. He was quiet there early on, but quickly picked up 8 points late in that half. He had 27 in that game. If you're the Eagles, how do you make sure he doesn't really get it going here in the second half?
You know, if you're the Eagles, you just have to play defense, and we really haven't been playing exceptional defense so far. I see that, let me just look at his name right quick. Lucas Willie, I think he has 12 points off the bench, so I don't think that's someone that really scores as often. And so you just comes down to defense. I think the 2-3 at the zone is really working for us tonight. So let's just hope that coach goes with that again, and let's see how that works for us for the rest of the night.
Lucas on the season, just 6 points a game. He's got 12 in this one, 4 for 4 from behind the three-point arc in the contest. Ian, I always love to look at these stat sheets, and one of the columns I always look at, the rebounding battle. We mentioned the Eagles not doing as good of a job this season rebounding the basketball, but so far winning the rebounding battle, and that's probably a reason why this game isn't farther apart than it is right now.
Yeah, we have to get on the rebounding. We have to rebound a lot. We want to limit second chance opportunities as well, and we want to push the ball and go on the break as well.
And Eagles trail by 17. Who's that player here in half number 2 that you really need to see get it going if the Eagles hope to get back into this one?
2 players come to mind. We need to see CP get going, and we need to see Austin Lewis get going as well. Austin only has 5 points right now, but he can score way more than that. So we need to see them two shoot the ball more often.
27-44, just a few seconds to go before we get the second half underway here in Pensacola. This is the last home game of the 2020 season for the Eagles in the first half of the year, that is. Eagles trailing by 17. They're going to need a big second half rally if they hope to get back into this one. And we're underway here in the second half. Lewis with the basketball. Porter working it around. That pass by Lewis, not on the same page with Ward. Bowen spinning, misses it, but just yanked one down, and now a foul called. It's going to go on Christian Porter. Not much he could do there on the much taller Corey Bowen.
Yeah, and on that play, we just need the box out. That's a second chance opportunity. We could have stopped it on the first play, and we could have been going in the next direction, but instead we're shooting free throws. Well, they're shooting free throws.
Bowen at the free throw line. Misses that one right there. Eagles 4 for 6 from the line, make it 4 for 7 with that miss. 17-point advantage for the Skyhawks, make it 18. Corey Bowen, 5 points in the game, all from the charity stripe. I had a note here that he's the best free throw shooter on the team, and so far he's proved that, 5 for 8 here in the contest.
Great backdoor cut by CP right there.
Lewis, good hop step, gave it to Horton, not able to finish that one.
And those are plays that we need to finish. It was a wide open layup. On that play, you probably want to see him rise up and put it down with authority.
Bowen inside, count the basket.
I think there's going to be 2 on chance. Christian.
They may have called that one on Ugaldi.
Okay.
That foul indeed on Ugaldi right there. His second of the contest. Shotomu bringing it back. He had a good first half, 4 points for the senior. Carter playing some hard-nosed defense on Shotomu. Here's Horton from the corner. That rainbow three finds the bottom of the net. Anthony Horton with 5 in the contest. Not known as a three-point shooter there, Ian, but the Eagles will take it nonetheless.
Yeah, he definitely loves the corner. He likes to take those shots for real.
Bowen up to 9 now. Here's Ward working on Bowen. Ward drives on Reeves, throws it up and gets it to go. A.J. Ward gets his first points of the contest. Eagles within 18. Smith finding Reeves in the corner. Back outside, Ryan Smith drives. He threw it up wildly, but Shotomu yanks down a hard rebound. Shotomu directing traffic now for the Eagles. Ward left open in the corner. His three-pointer off the front iron. Eagles have gotten some good looks here in half number 2, Ian. That three-pointer now by Reeves, and he knocks it down. Give him 5 on the contest. Porter now feeling it, and he knocks one down.
Those are the shots that we need to see from him. The stop and the pop off the pick and roll. Those are the shots that he can definitely knock down. He just hasn't taken as much of them tonight.
You've seen the Skyhawks kind of pull off of the Eagles shooters a little bit, so those opportunities have been there most of the game, but the Eagles finally taking some of those shots as Dotson gets the 2 over there and a timeout called. But the Eagles finally taking some of those three-pointers, Ian, and they're starting to knock them down.
Yeah, we're definitely knocking them down right now, but it's going to come down to defense as well. We knocked down a three-pointer. We gave up an easy two-point layup on the other end.
16:55 to go here in half number 2. Eagles trail by 20. We'll take a break. Back here inside the nest, Eagles trailing by 20. Shotomu spins, throws up the circus layup, but draws the foul. This one on Tommy Carter, his first, and that'll put Shotomu at the free throw line. Shotomu 2 for 4 from the free throw line today, make it 3 for 5 with that make. Shotomu with 5 points now in the contest, and the Eagles back under 20. Shotomu knocking them both down. He was shooting just 30% on the season so far, but having a good showing from the charity stripe today. And here's where you have to start to put those defensive possessions, those stops, start stringing them together.
Yeah, we have to get those stops going if we want to get back into the game.
Smith, he's working baseline, now finds Bowen inside. Give him 12 after he gets that layup to go. Bowen, the second leading scorer on this Skyhawks team. He averages 16 a game. He's at 12 right now for the Skyhawks. Here's Horton trying to answer. That jumper a bit too strong. Here's Carter now, gets the friendly roll. Tommy Carter now with 5. Here's Porter now, heaves one. That one missed. Shotomu got it, jump ball called, and it's going to go to the Skyhawks. Higdon going to come in, and here's Eiffel again. Eiffel, as we mentioned at the half, 11 points to lead all of the Eagles in scoring in that first half. We're also going to see Lorenzo Freeman, who has 8, checking back in. It's a tough guard there for Austin Lewis. They go right to Freeman, and he walks. Good defense there by Lewis not to bite and get a foul called on him. With Porter out, Eiffel running the point for the Eagles. Lewis got inside, threw it up off the glass. Austin Lewis now with 7 after the made layup. Great job there. He turned that corner, Ian, and saw an opening, just went straight at the hoop.
Yeah, it was a good cleanup. We had a little bit of miscommunication on the play coach call just now. It was really good to see that they bounced back and just played through it. You want to give that shot up. He's been hitting all night. I think that's 5 right now.
Lucas, 5 for 5 from behind the three-point arc. He's got 15, a career-high 17 for him against Weber last year, threatening that one here late. That was the old fake handoff play right there between Eiffel and Shotomu. Eiffel has it stripped. Here's Lewis out ahead of the pack. He draws the foul, but Smith gets the layup. Foul on Lewis, his first, team third, and that'll put Jake Smith at the free throw line after the hard-fought layup. 64-39, full timeout on the court by head coach Mark Getch. 14:25 to go here in half number 2. We'll take a break.
Every other row. Spectators should wear a face mask when seated next to others, and anywhere social distancing is not possible. We appreciate you following these guidelines to help protect yourself, others, and our community.
we're back here inside the nest. Smith at the free throw line. He drew the foul on Lewis. Lewis was talking to the official as we went to the timeout, thought he got his hand on that basketball. But Smith now at the free throw line trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. On the season, a 63% free throw shooter hits that one. And the Skyhawks lead quickly ballooning all the way up to 26. Lewis left open now. Short yet again. Buckley got his hands on it and Ward got the rebound. Austin Lewis maybe a bit tired out there, just hasn't gotten the good lift out of his feet, Ian.
Yeah, he might be just a little bit tired. You probably want to see him step in just a little bit more.
Here's Eiffel, that's his shot, and he knocks it down. 13 now for the freshman. You mentioned in the first half, Ian, he likes that little baseline jumper. Perfect setup, perfect play call by the Eagles.
Yeah, it was a good play.
Lucas now missed his first three-pointer.
You know, you'd like to see a hand up on that. He's hit 5 for 5. He's 5 for 6 right now. Turnover right now.
Freeman strips the pass by Ward, gets the bucket to go. Freeman now into double digits, and another timeout for the Eagles. We'll take a break. We're back, 13:42 to go here in half number 2, 69-41 Skyhawks. And the Eagles have found a little bit more offense here in the second half, but so far their defense has really just disappeared, and you've seen a lot of mistakes with turnovers here in half number 2.
Yeah, we got to clean up the defensive end. As you see, another turnover right there, which leads to a transition. Easy 2 points by the Skyhawks. You just got to take more pride in the defensive end. Like you said, the offense is right there. Almost turned it over again just now.
Carter up to 6 with that layup a few moments ago. Eagles trail by 30, the largest it's been. Here's Lewis trying to bring him back, hits the 2.
It's a good mid-range shot right there. Kind of reminds me of T.J. Jackson, the little stop and pop shot right there.
I always like to reminisce about some of those days. You were blessed to play with some great teammates, and even an assistant coach that's sitting right here, Marlon Gardner, another one of those guys you played with.
Yeah, it was
T.J. Jackson, Corey Williams, all the guys.
You know, something that's missing from back in my day to this day, you know, everyone wants to be the go-to guy, you know, but back in my freshman year, I wasn't the go-to guy. I was, you know, my job was to rebound, so that's what I did. So I'd like to see the Eagles, some of the new guys, you know, step into that kind of role and just know what their strengths are and work on their weaknesses, so maybe down the line, sophomore, junior year, they can step up when the seniors graduate.
Eiffel with a good jab step there, but missed the shot. Here's Freeman on the other end. Williams got the rebound, threw it back up, and the foul call gonna go on Buckley. Buckley's first. I think you're absolutely right, Ian, and even that was something you were saying at half. The head coach Mark Getz really challenged the Eagles. Find your role, play your part. And right now, maybe a couple guys trying to do a bit too much.
Yeah, I think that's definitely key to a successful team. Everyone does their part really well.
Williams missing that free throw. He's a cool 85% free throw shooter on the season, but that one didn't want to go in. Shotomu exiting as Ugaldi coming back in. Williams missed them both. Porter misses that too. I like what he did though. He could have settled for that three-pointer, took that extra dribble, not one of those dummy dribbles that you mentioned, Ian, but a good job there, getting a little bit closer, finding a better shot.
Yeah, it was a smart, one of the smarter plays for the night.
Here's Porter now to Ugalde. He drives, kissed it off the glass. Buckley got big, threw it back up. And Clayton Buckley picking up 2 points there, his first points as an Eagle, and on the other end.
Coming up big right there, doing it on both ends.
Buckley, the big block right there. The freshman getting in on the action, and just like that, he gets subbed out. Lewis out as well. A good job there by the freshman Clayton Buckley. Fed inside, Williams spin move. Ward may have got a piece of that one as well. Here's Eiffel with a head of steam. Nowhere to go, but has it stripped from behind. Freeman controlled the Smith pass, and now a timeout called. Lorenzo Freeman up to 12. Timeout on the court. The Skyhawks running away with it here, leading by 30 with 11:23 to go. (75-45) as we come back here inside the nest. Porter with the basketball. Ward working, draws the foul on Jones and gets the layup to go. A.J. Ward now with 4. He had a career high the other night against Loyola, 15 points in that contest for A.J. Ward, the sophomore. Only 4, been a bit quiet today, but a good assertive move there by the sophomore as he misses the free throw. Double team came, the Skyhawks able to get it away. Here's Williams, he got inside, draws the foul on Ward, gets the layup to go, and he's heading to the free throw line as well. Williams up to 3. Ian, that's probably going to be one of the toughest plays as a defender when that guy gets you up in the air. It's a helpless feeling. There's nothing you can do at that point.
Yeah, you just got to hope that you don't have too many fouls at that point.
Eiffel bringing it across for the Eagles. They give it back. He pulls up. Missed that one. Ugalde trying to get the jump ball, but that one out of bounds on the baseline. Good hustle there by Ugalde.
And for Eagles number 5, Austin Lewis.
Araby now out. Porter going to inbound the basketball.
Nice split right there. That was a good split. Let's see that one again.
A great split there by Ward. He split the 2 defenders and got straight to the hoop. Here's Bonner, his drive, he kicks. Blocked there by Ward. A.J. Ward getting involved in a big way here late in half number 2. Foul called on the floor. This one on Bonner, his second. Lewis left open, looking for one, misses that one. But Porter chases it down. Austin Lewis extremely cold from behind the three-point arc in this one. Porter spinning, throws it up. A circus layup there by Porter, and he's got 10 in the contest. Porter strips it. Eiffel ahead of the pack. Eiffel gets the layup, and he's got 15 in the contest. Career high 2 coming in. He's running away with it with 15 here.
Yeah, he's having himself a great night right now.
Tied with Lucas now for most points in the contest. Foul called. Lewis puts his hand up.
Eagles are finally battling back right now, but you probably want to see that early on in the half.
That'll send Brandon Bonner to the free throw line. Bonner, he played 3 minutes against Pensacola earlier this year, gets his first point as a Skyhawk there. An even 1,000 now from the free throw line in his career. Hits them both. Bonner now going to exit as Tommy Carter comes back in. Carter today with 6. He's played in 8 games this year for Point University. He got the start today. 6 points for the junior Carter. Lewis threw that to Ugalde, and it goes off his hands.
Well, he's very capable of getting the ball back. On the on-ball defense, I knew it was going to come too. Once he makes a mistake, he goes and he tries to make up for that mistake, and he did a good job doing that right now.
Carter called for the arm bar there as he pushed off Ugalde. Eagles trail this one by 27. It's 80-53 here as we get ready to tick under 9 minutes to go here in half number 2. The last half of basketball here in the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena in 2020, Ian. Here's Eiffel now. Just misses that one. Ugalde, though, picking up the offensive rebound. Good move there by Ward. He's got 8. He had 6 points and 7 rebounds in his last game against Crowley. As we mentioned 2 games ago, that career high. Ward starting to pour it on here in half number 2. Eiffel up ahead of the pack. Driving off the basket. Ian, as you like to say, there was some sauce on that one.
That was a little hint of sauciness on that one.
Let's see if we got that replay in the back. Let's look at that one again. Eiffel got ahead of the pack right there. He went up and under, and a little bit of sauce right there. Eagles back within 23. Eiffel now with 17 in the contest. We'll take a break. (80-57) as we come back here inside the nest. Eiffel picking up 2 as we went to the break. He's got 17 in the contest. A career high by the freshman. Reeves, the runner, no good. Offensive try by Bowen, no good. And here come the Eagles yet again. Eiffel hits the trailer. Austin Lewis needed
Austin
that
Lewis
one.
for
He'd been
three.
cold from behind the three-point line and knocks that one down.
Very smart play by the freshman, not forcing it and finding the trailer for the open three-point shot.
Eagles starting to make a little run here. Still a lot of time on this clock, but they need to continue to get defensive stops. They got one right there, but Taylor created another opportunity with the offensive rebound. Eagles trying to continue to string some good defensive possessions together. Bowen rolls to the basket. Fouled by Ward, but he missed the layup. Check that. Actually, the foul going to go on Austin Lewis, his third. And that'll put Bowen at the free throw line. He's got 12, 5 from the charity stripe in this game. 5 for 8 from the free throw line is Corey Bowen. Make it 6 for 9. Corey Bowen, the unlucky number 13 with that one. Bowen missing the second one. Chased it down, got it back, but now out of bounds off him. And I've seen you chase down many a boards like that. I think back to one, and you know exactly where I'm going right here. I think you jumped over the bench over here. Still one of my favorite plays that I've ever seen out here.
Yeah, I definitely felt it the next morning. But
I bet.
In that moment, I just wanted the ball.
And you got the ball.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, you got back in the play and got the layup. Maybe
Yep.
not, I don't know. I might be stretching it a little bit. Here's Horton, head of steam to the basket. And Horton now with 7. That's the type of play, Ian, that you want to see from Anthony Horton. You want to see him maybe bring some of that nasty out and drive the basketball, but you don't often see it from Anthony Horton.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the guys that has the height, but definitely likes to shoot more. But you definitely want to see him drive more and just dunk on somebody.
Bowen up to 15. I think back to a player that you played with, Jared McCrillis, who I really think kind of developed some of that nasty play in his senior year. There's Lewis now. All he needed was 1. Now he's got 2. Austin Lewis getting it going from behind the arc, and the Eagles needing it. I think back to McCrillis, though, really his senior year, Ian, you played alongside him. And there's a slam there by Bowen. 17 now for the senior. I keep trying to get to this McCrillis point, but his senior year, you really saw him start to develop that.
Yeah.
And really, you know, as the primary scorer on that team alongside you. And here's Horton now. They do not want me to finish this story. But really, his senior year is when he really started to turn it around. It'd be interesting to see if Horton maybe next year could do some of that. Bowen now, as it turns into a track meet, he's got 19. And we've got a timeout on the court. We'll take a break. Eagles, they had made a run, but now trail by 22 with 5:45 to go. Eagles going to have the basketball as we come back. 87-65. Eagles have started to find some offense here late in the second half, but it's been Corey Bowen who's really putting the hammer down. Here's Porter now. That one all over the rim. And a foul called there by Shotomu. And with the Eagles with 18 fouls now, that'll put the Skyhawks at the free throw line as we make the long march down the court. Gentrell Taylor at the line. Williams missing the front end of the 1-and-1 as Lewis got the rebound. Shotomu sitting just a couple off a career high. He's got 6 in the contest. Ugalde spins. He was trying to find Lewis right there, but that one tipped. Here's Shotomu driving. And he was bumped on the pass. They call a tip on that pass, and the Eagles going to maintain possession. Seven seconds to go. Lewis spinning. Missed that jumper over Smith, but steals it on the other end. Austin Lewis really getting into it here in the second half. Here's Horton, missing the jumper. Taylor feeds it inside. Dotson up to 8. He already had a career high in this one. He now doubles it with 8. Ward coming back in now for the Eagles. A.J. Ward, another one of those players who's had a good second half. 6 points here in the second half for A.J. Ward. Porter drives baseline, the give to Shotomu. Good strong move there by Shotomu yet again, and he's going to head to the free throw line. Shotomu with 4 points from the free throw line today, trying to make it 5, missing the first one, however. Missed them both. Good box out right there by John Williams. Williams, a transfer from Auburn University Montgomery after last season. One of 17 new players on the roster for the Skyhawks this year. Only 6 returners. Williams now inside, he gets 2. Just a large opening right there in the center of the Eagles defense that Williams got himself into, Ian.
Yeah, that one was just too easy. Good backdoor cut right there. Need to space the floor a little bit more. Good drive by James, a little bit out of control. And one. I think he might have called it on the floor.
They call that foul on the floor, but it'll be 7 fouls on the Skyhawks, and it'll put Shotomu at the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
Number 5, Austin Lewis. Number 13, Caleb Eifel. And number 43, Will Higdon.
Shotomu at the line. He missed the last 2 that he took. Misses the front end there, and Freeman came down with it. Freeman hard the other way. Ward met him in the air, and the layup misses. Higdon and Ward both set screens for Eifel. Lewis driving, spinning, pull-up jumper off the front iron. Williams with another 2 right there. Some tired legs for him, the Eagles right now.
It's a good idea, but it just wasn't there.
The pace really slowing down now. Carter had the basketball, gave it to Freeman. Guarded by Shotomu. Fed inside, Dotson off the glass. And he's got 10 as he continues to add to that career high. Dotson, another one of those transfers on this roster. He transferred from Georgia Southwestern prior to his senior season. Ward bodied his man, but missed the pull-up jumper. Timeout here by the visitors.
Just a substitution timeout right there.
And Coach Mark Getch going to take it to give a chance to talk to his teams. We'll take it as well. Eagles trail this one 95-65 with 1:42 to go here in half number 2. And we're back here inside the nest. Eagles trailing this one late. Williams took Ward off the dribble, but not able to finish the layup. Here's Eiffel now. Eiffel was 17 in the contest. Higdon dishing it inside. Shotomu went up for it. Kick out, Ward corner 3. And that one unable to go. Technical foul now called on head coach Jake Deere. He called the timeout. He didn't have one. He was trying to get a player in right there, and that's going to lead to a shot down here by Austin Lewis.
I think he knew he didn't have a timeout either. He called the timeout, and then he told the ref, I don't have a timeout. So I guess he really wanted to get that player in bad.
Lewis shooting at the free throw line. He hit the first, hits the second, and Austin Lewis, after making those two, tying a career high with 17 points in the contest. Skyhawks basketball. 95-67 is the score as we get ready to tick under 1:15 to go. Carter drives, swiped there by Lewis. Eiffel guarded in the corner by Dotson. He drives, kicks. Here's Ward from long range. A.J. Ward with 11 now after knocking that one down. Freeman just dribbling it out. 17 seconds About a 5-second difference between shot and game clock. And now Eiffel picking up the foul call.
A bit of a frustration foul right there.
First foul of the game for Caleb Eiffel, but what a game by the freshman. 17 points in this one. Eagles needed some scoring, and Eiffel providing it with the 17 points in this game, tied with Lewis now with 17 apiece.
Yeah, he really had a good game tonight. Hopefully he can continue it on to the season, as we do need more people to step up, as we are missing a few guys.
Freeman hitting them both on that end. He's got 14 in the contest. Eagles just get it across half court. They're going to look for one more offensive possession here late. Ward from the corner, and he knocks it down. Eagles continuing to fight to the final buzzer. The Skyhawks get it in bounds, and that'll be your final score in this one. The Eagles lose the last home game of the 2020 season, the first half of the season, 97-70. Ian, Eagles, they didn't have a lot of offense early on. They found some here in the second half, but it was the defense that kind of lapsed in the second half, really allowed the Skyhawks to balloon this one back out.
Yeah, I definitely agree that the defense is what caused us the game. Turnovers as well. No spacing on the defensive end and offensive end. Like you said, the offense was there, so I definitely would be in the game on defense.
Ian, you lose this game, you fall to 0-6, and it doesn't get easier from here on out. You've got Truett McConnell on the road, Tennessee Wesleyan, Ave Maria, and Edward Waters. A tough way to end the first half if you're the Eagles.
Yeah, and the schedule is designed that way on purpose for region play, so we play a lot of tough competition in the beginning, so when we get in region play, we can really compete at our best potential.
We're going to take a moment now to look at some of the better plays from the second half. We're going to throw those up on the screen in just a moment. Eagles losing this one by 27. Head coach here still doing some coaching there. Here's that three-pointer, actually the two-pointer by Lewis. He really got going in the second half, Ian.
Yeah, he really found himself going in the second half, as you said.
Eiffel, that one was for 17 as he got ahead of the pack. Another one, that one, a little extra sauce on it, as we like to say, Ian. I like that word. Here's that three-pointer by Lewis. His
deep one.
That one was real deep. Lewis,
another
second one right there. And that's the tail of the tape. Eagles lose this one by 27. Ian, always a privilege to do these games with you. And for those of you watching, thanks for tuning in this one. We'll see you again in 2021.
It's game time.